Do you remember how difficult it was to calculate all the thermal losses by hand? Yeah, it was pretty awkward. But I have good news for you, because the new Exper-teK is now live. It's brought to you by Knauf Insulation Technical Solutions, and it's the most simple, free online calculation tool ever. Welcome, I am Romain Carriol, Specification Manager for Knauf Insulation Technical Solutions in France and Belgium, and I'm going to show you how simple it is to use Exper-teK. First of all, where to find Exper-teK? Choose your favorite browser and launch knaufinsulation-ts.com website. Then go to Service, Thermal Calculator Exper-teK, Calculation, and there you are. Now that we are here, the first thing to do is to put Exper-teK in your favorites. There. And then you have a choice to make between the Pro version, where you will need to register in order to get all the full features, project management, multiple diameters, and save and load of the calculations. Or you stay on the light version, but you will not get all those features. So I encourage you to register. So I am already registered. Otherwise, you will just have, for the first time, to click on New User and enter all your data, okay? We have now registered and we are ready to enter all the relevant data that are not mandatory, you can note that. But if you want to see them in the calculation report in the end, you have to enter them here. And you can also note those new buttons, new features to load existing projects and calculation that you have already saved beforehand. At the bottom of my Project Information tab, I'll click on the Continue button that will bring me to the next tab. And this is the first choice I have to make that will influence the calculation. Let's make it simple. I will choose an horizontal pipe and click again on the Continue button. Now I have to choose the equipment details. So I will choose material, diameter, and length. So here I will choose either one fixed diameter if I have only one diameter pipe, or all diameters from 50 to 150. Okay? And then again, continue. What is your problem? This is what you need to say now to Exper-teK. And you have three choices to make. The first is the type of calculation. Do you want to limit the surface temperature? Do you want to limit the heat loss? Do you want to calculate a freezing time? Do you want to calculate a temperature change between the start or the end of your pipe or duct? Or do you want to calculate the temperature change depending on time? Oh, look, there is a new button here, and you can calculate the condensation risks now since 2022. That's good news. And then my second choice is to say if I want to calculate the minimum insulation thickness or to check the insulation thickness and calculate the heat loss and surface temperature with this given insulation thickness. And my third choice is the calculation standard. Is it VDI or ISO or British standard? And then I click on continue. And here we are, last tab. We are ready to calculate. We just have to enter the ambient temperature. Is it outdoor or inside the building? Is it windy? What kind of media is it? What is the medium temperature? So in our case, I will say 300 degrees. The density and heat capacity of the medium are based on the previous choice. And I want to limit the surface temperature to 55 degrees. And then I see that Exper-teK suggests a PowerTech PS 680, which is okay, but I can change it if I want to. Let's say I can say PS Pro will be okay. What is the surface? So aluminum or steel or plastic or whatever you want. Subconstruction is for a calculation of the thermal bridges, but in our case, I will say no subconstruction. And then I just have to select the project name and calculation name before I ask him to calculate and save. And here it is. Here is my report and the minimum thickness for each of the diameters I asked it to use. As simple as that. Oh, by the way, you might have noticed this new calculation of the CO2 savings. That is new in 2022 release. And it is based on the calculations that you introduced in this first tab, project information, where you say which kind of fuel you use and which is the emission factor in gram per kilowatt hours or in ton per terajoule. And basically, in the end, in the calculation reports, you will get the CO2 emission that you spared with your insulation. And that's it.